Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This video covers Introduction to React.js. Let's get started. What is React.js? React.js is an open-source JavaScript library used to build fast and interactive user interfaces. Next, what are the key features of React.js? Component-based architecture, virtual DOM, JSX. Next, we discuss more about these key features. In a React.js application, components are like building blocks that make up the whole application. We break down the entire application into smaller pieces called components. Imagine you have an application, and at the top level, you have the main component. This main component is the primary part of your application, and it consists of three smaller components: Component 1, Component 2, and Component 3. Component 1, Component 2, and Component 3 are like individual pieces that fit together to create the main component. Think of them as smaller functional units that handle specific tasks or display certain content. Now, the interesting part is that Component 3 includes Component 2 within it. This means that we are reusing Component 2 in the main component and also in Component 3. Once we create a component, like Component 2, we can use it in various parts of the application wherever it is needed. This reusability is one of the key advantages of using components in React.js. It allows us to efficiently manage our code, make changes in one place that apply to all instances of the component, create a consistent user interface across the application, and it saves a lot of development time. Let's use a real-world example of building a car to explain the concept of components-based architecture in React.js. Imagine you are designing and building a car from scratch. The main component of the car is like its main body. It forms the foundation on which all other parts of the car will be assembled. The main body of the car consists of several essential components like engine, fuel tank, tires, airbags, and many other parts like steering wheel, seats, windows, lights, and more. Just like in a React.js application, the main body of the car is made up of smaller components that work together to create a functional and complete car. Each component serves a specific purpose and interacts with others to achieve the desired outcome. In this car building analogy, components are like individual building blocks that contribute to the overall functionality and appearance of the car. Each component is carefully designed to perform its unique role, and once they are assembled into the main body of the car, it becomes a fully functional car. Moreover, similar to React.js components, these car components can be reusable. For example, the same type of engine technology can be used in different car models, or the same airbag technology can be applied in various car designs. Reusability in both scenarios leads to easier maintenance, streamlined development. The DOM, or Document Object Model, is a way browsers organize and represent web pages. When a web page loads, the browser creates a tree-like structure called DOM tree. Each element on the page, like headings, paragraphs, images, becomes a node in this tree, with connections between them represented as branches. Let me explain with an example. Consider this simple HTML template, which displays heading and paragraph on web page. Web page for this template looks like this. DOM of this HTML template looks like this. HTML is root element. It has body element and head element as childs. Body has one child, division element. Division element has two childs, H1 and P elements. Now let us understand. How does the DOM work? If something on the web page changes, here I am changing the P element in HTML template. The DOM is updated to reflect those changes. Here, node P element on DOM tree is updated. The browser then re-renders the page to show the updated content. Here browser re-rendered to show the updated text on P element. However, this process of re-rendering can impact performance, especially in complex web applications. Now let us understand React Virtual DOM concept. React uses a smart technique called the virtual DOM to make updates more efficient. Instead of directly updating the actual DOM, React creates a copy of actual DOM called virtual DOM. Now let us understand how React Virtual DOM works. First, React creates a copy of actual DOM called virtual DOM. Then if something changes on React app, it will create a new virtual DOM. It will compare the two virtual DOMs using diffing algorithms and identify the nodes which have changed. Finally, it updates only specific parts of the actual DOM, which need to be modified, rather than updating the entire actual DOM. This process of comparing and updating only the necessary parts of the actual DOM, instead of re-rendering the entire page, is known as reconciliation. JSX stands for JavaScript XML. JSX allows us to write HTML code in JavaScript. It is not mandatory to use JSX to write a React components, but JSX makes it easier to create React applications. This is the example for JSX code. Here we are creating a JavaScript constant. And we are assigning a HTML element to that constant. At runtime, this JSX code is converted to JavaScript. The converted JavaScript code for the above JSX looks like this. React uses createElement function to create a HTML element. CreateElement takes 3 arguments. First argument, name of element. Second argument, attributes of the element. Third argument, children of the element. In this example, h1 is the element name. id equals myHeading is the attribute. This is JSX element. Is the child of h1 element. Let us understand rules while writing the JSX code. First rule: to use multi-line HTML code in JSX, we should wrap them in brackets. Example: here we have wrapped whole HTML code in between brackets. Second rule: the HTML code must be wrapped in only one top-level element. First block of code as 2 top-level elements p tags. This does not work in JSX, and it throws error. To make it working, in the second block of code, we have wrapped 2 p tags in a division. Here we have only one top-level element division, but wrapping all nodes in division will create an extra node in DOM tree. If you don't want that extra node, we should use fragment. Third block of code shows how to use React fragment. We simply wrap all the HTML code in between these fragment tags. Now let us understand how to write expressions in JSX. In JSX, we can write JavaScript expressions inside curly braces. The expression can be a React variable, or property, or any other valid JavaScript expression. JSX will execute the expression and return the result. Consider this example. Here we have created a JavaScript variable, name with value hero, and in h1 element, we wrapped variable name in between curly braces to show the value of the variable. Output of this code shows "Hi, welcome hero" on the web page. Thank you for watching. See you in next video.